everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of the Big Bang Theory rewatch. So, season 1, episode 8, we're on now. It's called The Grasshopper Effect. In this episode, basically, Raj's parents try to set him up on a blind date, and he's all nervous because he doesn't know how he's going to speak to women because he can't speak to women at all. And turns out that Penny got hired to be like a bartender at the Cheesecake Factory. They let her pick up a shift. So she wants to practice making drinks. And we find out that with a little alcohol, Raj can work up the courage to talk to women. Contrell, give me your initial thoughts on this episode.
I really liked this episode. It was funny. It was like totally like I was laughing. I watched this like with headphones on, like around other people, and I'm sure they thought I was going nuts because I was just like, I was cracking myself up.
It's a funny one.
It was a funny one. It originally aired November 12th, 2007. So we're moving on up there. But this was a new director also. It was Ted Watts. So yes. I don't know if he does more, but he did a great job on this episode. I guess he didn't write it, but he directed it. Great episode.
Yeah. I also enjoyed this episode. I thought it was pretty funny. It's good that Raj gets a chance to be a bit more of a character. Like, he's usually sitting there quiet, so it was good to see that. I thought there were some very funny moments for sure. And the first thing I need to bring up is my favorite moment from this one, and that is Howard with his Indian accent was amazing.
That was amazing. I don't know why I was uncomfortable during that whole scene, but it was funny, but funny, not funny, but
I mean, was it a little, like, culturally inappropriate? Probably.
Yes,
but
yes.
His ability to do that accent is what I'm saying was amazing.
But in the meantime, keep it real, babe. You may now thank me.
For what, making me sound like a Simpsons character?
All right, okay, I can get with that. His performance of the accent.
Yeah, his performance was, oh yeah, it was a little cringe, but his
Raj
performance of that.
Yeah, Raj was like, what made me sound like a Simpsons character, so that was
yep,
that was great. I have the one thing that bothered me about this episode was I've only been to the Cheesecake Factory once, but do they have a live band like next to the bar? Like, I mean,
I've never seen it. I've been to, I don't know, probably like 3 different Cheesecake Factories, and none of the ones I've been to have a live band.
Have a live band. Maybe that's in California. We just don't know what it's like out there.
Yeah, in California, they're fancy, you know. They take things up a notch. In Pasadena, Cheesecake Factory's out there.
Nice.
Live bands.
Or
karaoke.
Where was that karaoke?
Well, I don't know. Sheldon ended up on it at the end, so clearly he's not a band, but maybe
he was just
some
performing.
performers.
Yeah, he was just performing, and it looked like they were on a cruise ship or something with the like band set up in the bar.
And
Penny like cleaning the same glass for like 20 minutes while they talk. It's like, don't you have any customers, Penny? Anyway.
No, she only waits on them.
Yeah.
So did you have a favorite scene from this episode?
Yeah, the whole Justice League membership card.
It says keep this on your person at all times. It's right here under Batman's signature.
When he was fixing his wallet, and he was like, see, right there under Batman's signature, like that whole like. That was just great. Did it
remind you of your Justice League card?
I'm not saying a word about that.
Sure. Can I see what they look like?
I don't have one. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
I used to have
sure.
one. I don't have it anymore. I got,
you got rid of it.
I got
Dang.
rid of it when I changed wallets. It didn't make it.
You didn't have enough slots
I
in
didn't
there
have enough
to
slots.
put it.
That is correct. But yeah, that was my favorite.
Sad.
That was my favorite moment.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed everyone's faces when Raj speaks to Penny for the first time. They're just like all like, "Wait, what's happening?" Like, yeah, that was good.
Have you ever had a grasshopper? What's in it? I've never had a.
I didn't even know if it was a drink. I looked it up. It's like basically, you know those like chocolate mints they give you like at some restaurants after dinner?
Like
It's like chocolate and minty.
Yeah, like the
Andes mints.
Yeah.
It's basically a drink version of that. It's like alcoholic like mint and alcoholic white chocolate mixed together with some they just shake. It's like two liqueurs that are mint and chocolate mixed together. I was like, okay. So it's basically a minty chocolate drink.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna have to try making some grasshoppers and see what they taste like.
Well, yeah, we'll have to make them.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I'd never heard of it. I'm not a big drinker, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear of it either. I also had to Google something else from the episode and see if the monkey and Princess Panchali was actually like a real story, because I was like, is this some Indian folktale like Sheldon's saying? And that scene was hysterical. Like Sheldon just basically taking over Raj's date by calling her this princess, but it's not a true story. It was made up for this. I Googled it and found a weird painting of a princess and a monkey together. This isn't what I wanted. It's not real.
That's funny. That's funny.
Did you have a most cringeworthy moment in this?
Howard, man. Howard, I wrote it down. Howard said something that was like, oh, he said he just learned how to pick up Indian women. Like, when...
Yep.
Oh,
with the Princess Panchali story.
With the princess story.
What just happened beats the hell out of me. I'll tell you what happened. I just learned how to pick up Indian chicks.
That was a Howard type moment. But Penny in this episode, I thought she was like, she's mean to Sheldon and Howard, but I thought she was really funny in this episode. I thought she was like, I thought she was really good in this episode. Like, this is the first time I thought she was like one of the funniest characters in the episode. So
yeah, she did a good job. They gave her more. Yeah, they gave her more to go with.
Yeah, more substance,
which was funny.
Yeah,
and the most cringeworthy for me was actually Raj, surprisingly. So for first cringeworthy moment, that's going to him, because when he was like with Lalita Gupta for his date, he was so bad to her. He's like, oh, you're not fat anymore. You were so fat. Like that's bad. Howard says things, but usually like not in front of people. He just was like, just right in her face being
I thought
bad.
Penny was supposed to like limit his like alcohol so he would be like, but she fell asleep on the job there, just cleaning that same glass for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So who Sarayu Rao was Lalita Gupta, so we'll have to mention her. Shout out to her.
Yeah, we also had two other guests.
The parents, right?
Yes, Raj's parents, which were Dr. V.M. Koothrappali, who's played by Brian George, and Mrs. Koothrappali, who's played by Alice Amter.
Of course, you get the easy names. I butchered poor Sarayu Rao's name. Sorry.
Sarayu Rao. You
did
a good job.
Brian George.
Yeah. Yeah. He also, Brian George, who plays Raj's dad, he also was in Seinfeld, which I was like, oh, okay, that's another big name show. He played Babu. I don't know.
Not a Seinfeld or, as you know, Friends person.
Yeah.
I'm stretching
I
it
don't
with
remember,
this.
but
I'm stretching it with this Big Bang Theory. So
Big Bang Theory is just nerdy enough for you to
yeah,
enjoy.
it's just nerdy enough for me. Speaking of nerds,
Yeah.
Sheldon's MVP shirts, 2 of them in this episode. He had the Flash and the Aquaman in this episode, so he was rocking the shirts. I don't even think I own an Aquaman shirt. I should be ashamed.
You should. You better buy one.
Yeah, I have to look
a
into
future
that
episode.
next time. Be on the lookout, guys, for my Aquaman purchase. Since I will be going to San Diego Comic-Con, maybe I'll make that purchase.
You should try to mimic Sheldon. Just strive to be Sheldon. That's really what you want in life.
Yeah, it's the guy I look up to, Sheldon. My guy.
Something I have to bring up from the episode that threw me off. So we find out because Raj's parents are trying to set him up on the date that he's 26. They're like, Raj, you're 26. Like, we need to do something. But he already has like his PhD. Like that's very like fast. So he either like skipped a grade or something, or he graduated really quick from his PhD because
aren't they all nerds that like skip grades?
Well, they're all nerds, but I mean, I thought Sheldon was like the one that like skipped grades and stuff. I thought the rest, I don't know, at least did standard, but
we're normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. He could have gotten it quickly. But I was like, okay, he's 26, so that gives us the first like assessment of their exact like
their
age.
ages. So they're the same age as you.
Sure. Just add a couple.
Nice.
That's all. Yeah. Yep.
They really kind of like made Raj. Like, I feel like this episode was supposed to focus on him, but it kind of made him unlikable, like, with his drunkenness. But
yeah,
because he was always like the guy on the side that you didn't have a problem with, but now you're like, oh, he's a mean drunk. But
yeah, drunk Raj has problems.
Drunk Raj has problems.
Yeah,
he's got to work on that.
Yeah, I mean, it was his first drink ever, so he didn't know what was going to happen. It's a whole new thing he's got to deal with now. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll see how that develops.
Yep.
Does Leonard wear like a hoodie and the same jacket like in every like episode? Like,
yes, basically
that's his costume.
His trademark look. I mean, they all have a trademark look. If you like have noticed, like Sheldon very often has like the long sleeve shirt with the t-shirt over it. Leonard always some like t-shirt with the zip up over top. Howard always has like a turtleneck with some shirt all tight, and his belt buckles. Did you see them this time?
I did not see the belt buckle.
Come on, he had Batman and Superman.
What?
The Batman one was really cool.
I missed it. I'll have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, and Raj always has like his like sweater vests and stuff. You can see right there.
Yeah, so
and
there's
you love
no
Penny's
like
attire.
I love Penny's outfits. She's like the only one that's actually dressed for California, and like I make fun of her, but the rest are all like, it's too hot to be wearing that, bro.
Yeah,
but,
that's very true.
Yeah.
It's a different climate in Penny's apartment than in Sheldon and Leonard.
Hey, Penny, I apologize for calling out your outfits. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thanks.
You got anything else exciting from this one, or
I wanted to mention there was a line where Roger's parents said they couldn't tell which was which because they all look alike.
Yeah, that was good.
That was awesome. Top notch line.
Good.
Roger's parents. Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Dr. and Mrs. Kuthapali, in all fairness, it wasn't entirely Raj's fault.
This is a family matter, Sheldon.
No, I'm Leonard.
Sorry, you all look alike to us.
Yes.
And I have to give one last shout out to Fiddler on the Roof and Sheldon singing it at the end, the like L'Chaim song. That cracked me up. Penny slipped some alcohol into his virgin drink, and all of a sudden he was a performer. You never saw Fiddler on the Roof?
No, never. I'll have to add that to my list. I add it to my list.
Yeah.
Fiddler on the Roof.
Put it on the other podcast.
Sheldon and his whole Diet Coke thing at Penny's apartment was great too. That was just a whole great sequence.
Yeah. But they had good sequences in this one. Like
good
the back and forth.
This is in the top 3 episodes for me. I enjoyed this one.
This was actually the 3rd most viewed episode from the first season. It ranked
really?
number 3. Yeah, so funny you say that.
Yeah, it's high up there on my list of funny things.
And the last thing I'll say, when I was looking this up, there was like a writer's strike or something happening at this time. So this episode, they aired like the 1 through 8, and then there was actually a little pause in like continuing the rest of the next season because there was a bit of a writer's strike or something happening at the time. I was like, oh, all right.
And here we are again, how many years later?
Exactly.
Same writer's strike. Damn writers. No, I'm just kidding. Writers, get your money. Get your money, writers. I'm with you.
Get your money.
Right behind you. Right behind you. Yep. Awesome.
All right, folks. It's been fun. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.